I think everybody at the end of the day wants to build their own process equipment. I think the reality, though, is that they understand how to make a chemical or a device for the end user. And the equipment facilitates that manufacturing, certainly, but they're not proficient and expert at building process equipment. That's a different skill set. So if you think about the application in the process, you're going to build a couple of units, you're going to put them in your lab, you're going to verify that they work, you're going to find somebody who's an early adopter, they're going to want a piece of equipment. As you move down the road a little bit further, sometimes those ramps are followed by very deep troughs. It can be months or they can be years. Sustaining yourself with a manufacturing operation, again, with all the overhead expense between those opportunities, is a drain on your cash. Then there'll come another wave if you're successful, a very large wave where people want a lot of equipment very quickly. If you take the time to build a manufacturing facility to be able to scale, you're probably going to miss the market and somebody else is going to beat you to it. After the big wave has been satisfied is the long-term product lifecycle management. Companies very quickly learn that if you do not have high-quality equipment in your customers' hands, the serviceability, the uptime, the maintenance issues that crop up ruin relationships. So it's a long process, and sustaining yourself over that long process with the burden and overhead expense of a manufacturing operation is really an unnecessary drain on your finances. Dakota is unique in that it's involved in the product life cycle from start to finish. So a customer may engage with us to build them a piece of equipment. We can build them their prototype process equipment to prove out their process and do it in such a manner that it is a extremely durable, very accurate piece of equipment. But there's a second phase of the market. They may have us build 4 machines on the second go-around where we built 2 on the first go-around. The customer is going to have a whole host of changes they want to bring to that equipment. Whatever those changes are, Dakota Systems can handle evolving that piece of equipment to suit the customer's needs. And then there's going to be this period of time where it just waits. And everybody sits and waits to see, is that the trend? Is that going to be the winning technology out there? And the customer, if they've chosen an outsourcing model with a partner like Dakota Systems, is not going to have any of the overhead necessary to be able to build the equipment. They can continue to focus on their customers and their chemistry and thinking about next generation tools. Eventually, if they're successful, there's the adoption phase. In the adoption phase, they're going to want a lot of equipment very, very fast. So you got to be able to ramp. To be able to do that, you have to design the equipment for manufacturability. We don't build prototypes as prototypes. We build them as equipment that we're going to scale somewhere down the road. The customers that have taken advantage of this have found that they get to market when the opportunity comes much better. Dakota builds outstanding equipment that doesn't require the level of service that most of the stuff we see because we think about cost of ownership and serviceability. Things that require service and replacement, we make them accessible. We can also help you envision the next generation piece of equipment. The more familiarity we have with building it, blended with our unique perspective of building things for other industries and other customers, might give us the ability to really discover what that next gen looks like and help the customer remain dominant in their space. Next Systems is a customer of ours. Initially, they built their own equipment. They felt that that was necessary, as many customers do, so they understand the equipment and the design of the equipment's effect on the process technology they were trying to bring to the market. They discovered that maintaining the manufacturing capability and capacity was really a drag on their books. Met with their executive team and suggested an outsourcing model that would take away that long-term carrying cost to be ready should they get an order. And they immediately went from being unprofitable to profitable. It was really a $3 million swing from a negative on their books to a positive. I would encourage all customers to experience the Dakota Difference for themselves. Bring your next project to us and let us show you what we can do. You'll be delighted.